Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 NG Next Gen Mod Career Mode here on the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. We've just touched down in Fontana, California. You see the beautiful sights of this Fontana, California area as we are just fresh off of our first race in the Cup Series where we saw Garrett Smithley win the Daytona 500. There'll be some news coming up about Rick Ware Racing and Garrett Smithley a little bit later on. You see the playoff standings after one episode, but we have breaking news. Cody Ware suspended by NASCAR indefinitely, following along with what we saw in real life. Cody Ware will be out of that car for the foreseeable future, well, probably forever, as we don't intend to bring him back. So he will be out from this point on, as we were here in this Auto Club 400 weekend, replacing Cody Ware in the car this weekend in that number 51. Truck Series regular Zane Smith will be in that car now. He will not be full-time in that season. He is declared full-time in the Truck Series for a championship over there. So he will, though, be running some races along with other drivers. Comment down below what other drivers you would like to see in that 51 car as the season goes on here. You can see myself getting on track in practice here in this number 45 Brisk Lemonade Toyota Camry for 2311 Racing. Now, this is going to be a difficult race for myself. This is a 4-star car that we're in, and to put it pretty straightforward, it's going to be a difficult race for a 4-star car here in Auto Club. So I wasn't expecting a top even 20 in today's race unless things go well, but we were ready for some qualifying. But before qualifying for Friday evening, we did have the Truck Series racing actually in Las Vegas. Zane Smith, who actually was over there for the truck race, picked up the victory, and he would have to fly back actually as well to Auto Club for Sunday. But you can see the rest of the finishing order there with Spencer Boyd at the bottom of the grid. Now it was time here on this Saturday early afternoon before the Xfinity Series kicked off to do qualifying. Look at that, the rookie stripes are here. I saw the comments and I forgot to add the rookie stripes. Well, they're here now, so do not fear. We got those rookie stripes on the back bumper now as we head down into turn 1. The goal time, a 40.118. So I wasn't expecting to beat that here in today's episode, but we come through turn 1 out of turn 2. It was okay. It wasn't great, but we come through 3 out of turn 4 now down this front straightaway, and I could already tell I wasn't going to beat that goal. It was going to be relatively close. Massive voice crack there, but no, it was actually a full second off, which puts us in P29 for the Auto Club 400. So a bit of a rough qualifying effort, but our teammate Bubba Wallace all the way down there in P35, so it looks like 2311 just in general struggling. The Daytona 500 winner of Smithley all the way at the bottom of the grid there. You see the rest of this starting grid, and you can see Allmendinger rounding up the top 10 on pole. However, it's Logano and Brian Kozlowski, his driver Kurt Busch, up in 5th place now as we were ready to go racing. But first, Saturday afternoon, you can see Jeffrey Earnhardt would pick up his first NASCAR win in the Xfinity Series in the number 61 car. So a great job on him here now as we were ready to get racing here in the Cup Series to kick off this West Coast swing. We're going to send it over to Chris Meyers.
Hello everyone and welcome to sunny California. We're kicking off the West Coast swing in sunny Fontana, California, as these new next-gen cars are set to take on Auto Club Speedway. We saw a shock winner in Daytona with Garrett Smithley picking up the 500 win for Rick Ware Racing, which we now have a bit more news to share on. Mike?
Thanks, Chris, and welcome everyone to the West Coast. Rick Ware Racing has declared the 15 in Smithley now full-time for the 2022 season. This allows them to make the playoffs with that 500 win, only if they remain in the top 30 in the standings.
All right, bud, it's going to be a tough day. Just do what you can do and keep us in it.
Yes, sir. We'll do what we can, guys. It's going to be, as you just said, a bit of a tough one, but we'll do what we can. You heard myself on the radio there. Joey Logano, definitely the one to watch out for here today in this Auto Club 400. How do you guys enjoy the pre-race show? What could I add, maybe exclude? Let me know. But Chase Elliott sent to the back of the pack here. He had an engine change after qualifying in that number 9 car, so we'll have to pay attention to that number 9 throughout the rest of this race and see where Elliott is able to get up to here, especially in stage 1 and 2, to set himself up for that third and final stage. We are ready to go racing on this outside line here behind the the 62 of Noah Gregson. That's another car you're going to see different drivers in throughout the season, and a car that you're going to see modded out as well at times. But we're underway here in Auto Club from P28. So, exciting racing track. I really enjoy Auto Club. However, with the 4-star car that we're in, like we said, it's going to be a difficult race. It's not going to be easy. I'm not really expecting the most out of this one here. If we can get a top 25, I'd be pretty happy with that. Our teammate Bubba Wallace starting a little bit behind us as well, and just not the start to the race that 2311 would like to have, but of course a lot of time, a lot of racing to do. There's plenty of time for things to change and shake up and hopefully benefit us here. Now, as you can see myself 3 wide already at the inside of that 62. Let me know who I should maybe, what maybe part-time car I should mod in over that 62 car, as I'm very open to ideas. Now 15 laps in this first and opening stage. Keep that in mind now, as we can, with probably a single yellow, make it to the end of stage 1, but if it stays green, we will have to do a pit stop. So that is something to keep an eye on here now as these battles continue here with Gregson in the 62, the 2 of Austin Cindric as well, as we came through out of turn 4. Bubba Wallace, our teammate, right here in the mix with us. And that 23 McDonald's Toyota had a bit more speed than I did to kick off this race. So Bubba looking a little bit worse in qualifying, but a little bit better in the actual race trim here now. As you can see, Alex Bowman running way down the order as well. Some big names back here, fellow rookie of Cindric, but Alex Bowman the big one as well. Like I said, Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott obviously, but he's only back here because of that engine change here. As you can see myself engulfed in traffic. And I see my teammate Bubba Wallace just driving way up ahead as well. You can see now the 9 going past through turn 3, and I was struggling quite a bit now, down to 33rd place. But Alex Bowman, he was struggling. A lot of guys struggling here. But here you see us passing the 51 of Zane Smith. Tyler Tinsley made that paint scheme you see on the 51. A really nice livery that Tyler whipped up. So big shout out and thank you to Tyler. Now P32 though, down through turn 1. The caution's gonna fly. There's smoke up ahead. That's a 99. Trackhouse driver of Daniel Suarez, actually, who's had a tire failure. Suarez with a tire failure, and my AI runs into the back of the 2 of Austin Cindric, which means we're going to get that NASCAR Heat 5 glitch 2 episodes in a row where the car is not going to take off on the restart, so I immediately have to pull over to the left side of the track and let everybody go. Daniel Suarez, he is out of the race, so not the start he is looking for, and a lot of Daniel's amigos, of course, come to this Auto Club track, so a very unfortunate early ending for Suarez. Now, as a very unfortunate start for myself, a restart I should say, down to P39. Here I am back up to the traffic though, going 3 wide up the inside of this 38. We would battle out of turn 2 with Gilliland and LaJoy, and couldn't quite make anything happen yet. Now Logano leading stage 1, still looking very strong. He won stage 1 in the Daytona 500, so we know that 22 car definitely is coming out with a force to be reckoned with so far now. As you can see myself now starting to make some headway, passing the 51 up to P36 behind the 38 of Todd Gilliland, and then we run him down starting the final lap of stage number 1, and we're gonna send one up the inside and see if we can maybe clear that 38. Yes, we will. So up to P35, Logano would win stage 1. Not even really a contest there. It's going to be P35 for myself, so I was actually pretty happy with that, to be honest with you, to rebound decently, but we know we have more speed than P35 at least, so everybody's going to pit for 4 tires, 2 cans of fuel, and get ready to go back racing now. And we make some gains there in the pits. Now we're going to be back underway from P33. Ryan Blaney was able to pass Joey Logano in the pits as well, so he gets past his Penske teammate and is in control of this restart as we head down this front straightaway. 13 laps of racing here in stage number 2, so a couple laps less than the stage, of course, in the opening stage, I should say, of this race. Up the inside of the 42 of Ty Dillon, they're trying to make some headway into this top 30. Balicki on the outside, Yaley just in front as we head down the back straightaway here. You can see Bubba Wallace up there in front of us, as well as Austin Cindric, and behind us we got the 21 of Harrison Burton. That's my iRacing career mode car right there, actually, in that number 21, at least for one more episode. iRacing career mode, if you're wondering about that, the final episode of season 1 is coming within the next few days of this video going out now, as I'm hopeful, after giving the Daytona 500 episode a bit of time to breathe, that we can now get into the routine of putting 2 to 3 of these out per week, and then iRacing career mode be continued to be 1 or 2 per week, and then of course we'll have NR 2003 going out every week as well. So that's basically your schedule for the foreseeable future of this channel. Hitting the brakes on lap 4 of stage 2 as we head down into turn 1. What's going on up here? And no caution. It's the 9 of Chase Elliott there on the Hendrick Motorsports car. He replaced an engine before the race in that number 9, and it looks like they're having more issues with that engine now. He's not going to be out of the race, but I actually... paying attention behind me puts me in the wall because I just completely lost track of where I was on the track, and I hit the wall. Fortunately, we don't lose too much. We're down to P25. Elliott's still in the race, and they would get that car back on track, actually, and he would lose 2 laps. So he's going to gain 1 lap back at the end of stage number 2 when that caution flies, and then he will need a caution in stage 3, and preferably for him a lot earlier rather than later to get him on the lead lap. That is, of course, assuming nobody else goes a lap down. Late in stage 2, continuing to struggle, actually. You see the 62 driving away, the 2 of Cindric going for the overtake. Here comes the 50 of Kaz Gralla up the inside as well, and now we jump down to P28. So a bit of an unfortunate kind of last few laps here, but you can see we were now settling in at P28 and actually running back down Kaz Gralla as well as Austin Cindric. So it wasn't over yet. Here we go up the inside of that number 50. Look at the track map as well. Denny Hamlin has actually gotten to the lead, passing both the 12 and the 22. Logano was up to second. Now we're side by side, coming to 2 laps to go with this 50 of Kaz Gralla. Now the caution is going to fly, and that's going to actually end stage 2 a couple of laps early. So P28 for us here in stage 2. Some gains over stage 1, a little bit of help there. Bubba Wallace having a decent run as well. You can see Denny Hamlin, though, is your stage winner over Logano, Blaney, Byron, as well as Tyler Reddick. And now it's time for Mike Joy and Clint Boyer's ones to watch as we get ready to go green for stage 3.
Watch out for that 24 Mike. He's been looking good today.
I'll take the 22 of Joey Logano. He won stage 1 and is still in the top 3. It's time for the final stage in Auto Club.
Ready to go, and you heard the picks right there. So Bowyer is watching Byron, and Mike Joy is watching Logano. Kyle Larson lost 17 positions in the pit lane. A horrific pit stop for the real-life 2022 winner here. And for the in-game 2022 mod, well, Larson's not looking like he's going to repeat history now. Chase Elliott 1 lap down. He got one of them back. He needs another caution, and like I said earlier, he would much rather have that a lot sooner in stage 3 than later. Now Larson up my inside as we come through 1 and 2. Not much for that number 5 Hendrick car as we exit turn 2 down this backstretch. We'll see what we can do, though, as you got Cole Custer just behind, and that Haas Ford Mustang there, and that number 41, and we'll wait and see what Custer can do this season, but odds are going to see, just like real life, Ryan Preece in that number 41 here for the 2023 season. I got a big shot to the rear bumper right there from Harrison Burton to kick off turn 3, and that actually shot me down to the inside. Fortunately, that did not quite turn into anything. Now side by side with the 7 of Corey LaJoie, and we would be able to briefly get past him, and now here we are battling with the 2 of Cindric, but these battles were about to kick off. We're slowly moving our way forward, and fortunately that 2 of Cindric likes me enough to try and push me here. We do have drafting partners on here because this is kind of like a super speedway. It's a big track, 2 miles, so I decided to keep them on now, as you can see myself continuing to slice through the field, and up the inside of the 500 winner of Garrett Smithley, who's now full-time in that number 15, as Rick Ware Racing hopes that they can remain in the top 30 in the points to put themselves in a position for the playoffs. The financial help that they would get if they put a number 15 Rick Ware car in the playoffs would be absolutely huge, and honestly could really change that team around going into season number 2. And pay attention to things like that through this career mode series, is moments like that are going to be able to completely transcend some teams at times. Slowing up in front of us again, we have a crash in front of us, the 31, the 16 as well. The caution's gonna fly, and it's actually because the 24 of William Byron, Boyer's one to watch, has blown an engine. That's the second Hendrick car today with engine issues, and they've had issues all weekend. Elliott replacing an engine before the race. He had an engine issue during the race, and now Byron's out of the race with an engine failure. A late race yellow here as we are ready to go back racing. Next episode, don't forget, Las Vegas on the way for the second race of that West Coast swing, as it's a 3-race West Coast swing, as you guys know, with Auto Club Vegas, Phoenix as well. We're back underway, however, and it's going to be a little bit over 10 laps to go, 12 laps to be exact. Denny Hamlin is out in front, but he's going to have to hold off a Penske duo of Joey Logano as well as Ryan Blaney if he's going going to find himself in victory lane today. Tyler Reddick looking pretty good as well in that number 8, so pay attention to him up there. As that track map, of course, is where you want to be watching here over the next little bit. We're into the top 20 for the first time today, but can we stay in the top 20? That's the question. Our teammate Bubba Wallace is also broken through into the top 20, so pay attention to that 23 McDonald's Toyota. He's continuing to move forward along with myself here side by side with that Loves Ford Mustang. For Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell on the outside. Just behind, you got the 2 other Fords of Busher as well as Smithley. Now, RFK Racing, Rush Fenway Kozlowski Racing, has been struggling for the most part, and I say the most part because Brad Kozlowski and Bush are both currently outside the top 20. However, the third driver to that team with this RFK expansion is actually Kurt Busch, and he's running top 10 all day long. So Kurt Busch is really putting up good numbers right here today in Auto Club, and obviously a completely different storyline for Kurt Busch compared to real life when what happened in 2022, and this storyline allows Kurt to stick around for at least another season or 2 and have a preferable ending compared to, of course, how real life turned out. But you can see that we still didn't have the speed in this car. We dropped down to P25 behind Busher, Smithley, the 42 of Ty Dillon, and then here goes the 16 of Allmendinger working his way back forward, so he passes me for 25th. We're down to now P26. Chase Elliott, well, that caution put him back on the lead lap like we had already discussed as what he needed. So he's only got 6 laps to go, and I'm all over the back of the 42 of Ty Dillon. We'd run him back down, we'd run Smithley back down, but Chase Elliott, you can see in my rear view mirror, he was going for the pass here as we went down into turn 3, and I'm not really going to have anything to fight that number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. He's going to breeze by on the outside. So down to P27 we go, but the fighting is not over, at least for us, because we have enough speed. The longer this run goes on, the better the car was getting. I was noticing Joey Logano was back out in front and looking in command of this race, but here we go now up the inside of the 15 of Smithley. He's all the way up on the outside wall trying to get that momentum, but I was able to clear him a huge corner right there, so up to P26, but it wasn't long until he fights back. You can see myself getting to the back of Ty Dillon, but that actually opened the door for the 15 to slip up my inside down into turn 1. So 3 laps to go. Smithley will now take that position back. You can see myself trying to fight Tim here as we come through 1 out of turn 2, and we pin him down a little bit, but it's not going to be enough because I have to kind of compromise myself to not run into the back or into the quarter panel of the 42. So 2 laps to go. Now they were side by side in front of us, which is what I like to see. We still have a chance at the top 25, and I would gladly take a top 25. Here we go, passing the 42 now, Ty Dillon. So there's P26, 1 more spot to go. White flag was flying for Joey Logano, and he would make it back to the white flag. Here comes the 62 of Gregson out of nowhere in my mirror to start this final lap here in Auto Club, but Logano has been in command. He won stage 1, was second in stage 2. He won a stage in Daytona. He has been on it so far to kick off this new 2022 season with the next gen car, and well, today Logano, he's going to punch his ticket into the playoffs here with a win in Auto Club as we head down into turn 3 with one last opportunity to get the position of 25th over Smithley, using that apron even a little bit sideways through the center of the corner out of turn 4. It's going to be a drag race to the line with the Daytona 500 champion from this season. Who's going to get it? It's easy. It's going to be the 15 of Garrett Smithley. We cross the line there for P26. So, you know, not exactly the day we were looking for. Bubba Wallace there just inside the top 20, but you see Kyle Busch there behind Hamlin. Kurt Busch in 4th place. Reddick, Chastain, Larson, Truex, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 in the top 10. A really good day for that team. Harvick, Jones, Bell, and others, as you can see the rest of that finishing order now. But Bubba Wallace beats us by a few spots, but a rough day for 2311 Racing. We got some work to do, and this team's going to continue to develop as the seasons progress. But yeah, in the next one, it's going to be Las Vegas that we're focused on here. Byron and Suarez with the 2 DNFs on the day. Byron has failed to finish a race so far in the next-gen car. He DNF'd in Daytona very early on, DNFs today. You see the playoff standings with Logano now on the top. We are 4 points out, so we're not doing too bad. Jones the last one in. But we're going to take off from the runway here in Auto Club, and I will see you guys in the next one at Las Vegas. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, everybody.